Please post your confirmation so we can start with the webinar. I hope you all can hear my voice. Please post your confirmation so we can start with today's webinar. Thank you for the confirmation. Today's webinar is scheduled for detailing on the central calendar, as initially when we launched the central calendar, it was only for creating appointments. But currently in the central calendar, there are many things you can do as far as your appointment and scheduling is concerned. In today's webinar, I will be showing you the same, what all you can use the central calendar for, be it your scheduling, be it your creation of appointment, or be it your tracking of sessions. Now, in order to make it as a pointer, we have find out 5 uses in the central calendar one can use on your daily basis. Now, the first use of the central calendar is one centralized place from where you can view all appointments at your club. I repeat, the first and the base use of the FitnessForce central calendar is it's a one centralized place from where you can view all your appointments at your club. Now first let me show you how can you access the central calendar. Now in order to access your central calendar, on your dashboard you have a link as calendar. You can click on that link. The moment you click on that link, you get the central calendar as your screen. I repeat, in order to access the central calendar, you have to just click on the calendar which is right beside your dashboard and you get a view of your central calendar. Cases wherein where IDs where the central calendar are not visible, I mean this particular link of the calendars are not visible on your dashboard, then you can please ask your managers or mail at support for the access. I repeat, IDs where calendars are not visible, this particular calendar link is not visible, you can mail us on support so the access of your club's calendar can be given to you. Now the first use where I am showing you one centralized place from where you can view all your appointments. As you can see, the moment you log in into your calendar, you can view all the appointment schedule for the week. Now for example, you can see on the top you'll find the days with the date. For example, 1st, 2nd, 3rd December. On the left hand side you have various timing slot. Now each slot is of half an hour. So if there is 2 slots marked, that means that appointment is scheduled for 1 hour. So as you can see, central calendar is in front of you and the whole scheduling can be done by viewing this calendar. So as rightly said, in one single page you can view your club's calendar, your club's appointment for the whole week by accessing the central calendar. Second use of the central calendar is creating or editing of appointment for any client. I repeat, the second use of the central calendar is creating or editing of appointments for any client. Now in the central calendar, you can create any appointments and also edit the created appointment. Now for example, let me show you how can you create an appointment in the FitnessForce central calendar. Now in order to create a appointment, you first have to decide on what date you're supposed to create this appointment. Now for example, let's take an example where I want to create an appointment for Friday 7th December. So this is the date. Secondly, I have to decide on what time I'm supposed to schedule this appointment. Now for example, I want to schedule this appointment between 2 to 3 p.m. So I will select 2 and drag the mouse till the second slot and leave it. The moment I leave the mouse, it will give me a pop-up where I can select the details of the appointment. Now in order to create an appointment, I have to provide some details to make it more specific. The first detail I need to provide for creating an appointment is for appointment purpose. Why am I creating this appointment for? Now for example, I am creating this appointment for a free PT trial. So I'll select create appointment for a free PT trial. Second, search the client. Now we have to also inform the system for which client I am supposed to create this appointment for. So I can search the client by contact number, email ID, client ID or name. So let's take an example. I'll search a client by the contact number. I enter the client number and I clicked on search. The moment I click on search, I get the client details down there. I can select the client by clicking on the circle which is to the left hand side of the name of the client. Then I have to select appointment with. Appointment with is the name of the trainer with whom I am scheduling this appointment. Now for example, I am scheduling with Salman. So I'll select Salman's name in appointment with column. Comments, if there is any extra piece of information or extra piece of detail you want to inform, that can be inserted in comments. Like for example, something like this. And once you have filled in the desired information, you can simply click on create and appointment will be created in the software. So this how you create an appointment in the central calendar. Now you can also edit the appointment in the same. I repeat, once you have created and for some reason the client is informing us that he can't come on Friday, as in this case the client have informed us that he'll come on Friday 2 o'clock. So we created an appointment for the same. Now the client is informing us he will come on Thursday and he will be wanting to come on the same time. So you can also edit this appointment. Now I'll show you how can you edit the appointment. To edit the appointment, you just have to click on the appointment first. Now in this case, this is the appointment which we are supposed to edit. So I will click on this appointment. I get this edit button here. So in order to edit, I will simply click on edit, and here I can edit the appointment date, start time, end time, and also I can edit the name of the trainer. Now let's take an example. I want to reschedule this appointment for 6th December. So I will schedule the date as 6th December. The timing will remain the same, and appointment with, I also want to change the trainer. So I will change the trainer accordingly. I will select the new trainer's name if I wish to, and I will click on update. The moment I click on update, this particular appointment is rescheduled, and as you can see, it is not showing in Friday slot now. It is showing as a Thursday appointment between 2 to 3. So this is the second use of the central calendar where you can create and edit your appointments for any client. Now the third use is updating appointment status of any client. I repeat, updating the status. Now for example, we have edited this appointment, but for some reason the client calls up and he now wants to cancel the appointment. So we have to change the status of the appointment. That also you can do in the central calendar also. I repeat, if the client, let's take an example where this client now calls up and he wants to cancel the appointment of Thursday as well. So now we can cancel the appointment by changing the status. Now we can do that from the central calendar only. You can simply again click on the appointment. Here right now I will not click on edit, but I will click on the status. I repeat, after clicking on the appointment, I will click on status. Now exactly beside status there is a small box. I will click on that box and it will give me a small drop down. Now in the drop down I have various status which I can select for my own. Now if the session is attended, I will select attended. And if the client is calling up for informing me that he wants to cancel, so I can select cancel. Now in this case the client is informing he wants to cancel this appointment, so I will click on cancel. But the moment I click on cancel, I have to write the reason why am I canceling this appointment. So we need to write the reason. Now let's take an example. In this case we'll write the client is traveling. And once you have written the exact reason for the cancellation, you have to just click on the green button which is exactly beside the status box. And once you click it, this particular appointment stands as cancelled, and also it is updated in the calendar. Now let's take an example of one more appointment and we will mark it as attended. Now as you can see, 4th December there was an appointment between 2 to 3, and if I want to mark it as attended, or in other words I can say I want to change the status of the appointment, I will click on that appointment first. The moment I click on this appointment, I get the status here. I'll again click on the status box. I will click on the drop down. I will mark it as attended and I click on the green button. This how you can mark an appointment as attended. Use number 4 is enable to view appointment trainer wise. I repeat, enables to view the appointment trainer wise. Now this is a central calendar view. There is one more view attached to this calendar, which is the trainer view. I repeat, the view what you're viewing right now is a calendar view like a normal calendar, but we have also made a new view wherein the name of the clients will be shown according to the appointment with their respective trainer. It is also known as appointment with view, or you can say the trainer view. So in order to access the trainer view, you have to click on appointment with view on your central calendar. As you can see my cursor there is a box, there is a circle there near appointment with view. I will click on appointment with view. Here I'll get the name of the trainers here on the left hand side, and on the top I get the slots and the timing. So this is by default showing for today's day. Whenever I take access of appointment with view calendar, I by default get the trainer schedule for the day. So as you can see, the name of the trainers are to the left hand side and their slots are on the top. So if I want to create an appointment for one of the trainer, I can also do it from here depending on the slots. Also, if I want to do scheduling and I want to check the schedule of one particular trainer, I can also come on this calendar and view it. This is the new appointment with the calendar which we have recently released in the central calendar. The fifth, the usage of the central calendar is multiple filters to search for the appointments. I repeat, the fifth usage is multiple filters to search for the appointments. Now in the central calendar, there are multiple filters which you can use to filter your appointments and filter the data the way you want. For example, there is a filter of appointment purpose. Now if you want to see how many free PT trial was scheduled for this week, so in the appointment purpose you will select free PT trial and then click on search. So by this filter, if you want to know the appointment of any one particular service, you will select the name of the service here and search. Or for example, if you want to know how many diet counseling sessions have been scheduled for the week, so you can select diet counseling session is appointment purpose and then click on search. The moment you do this, you get all the sessions scheduled for diet counseling in this week in your central calendar. Apart from the appointment purpose, there are other filter as well. For example, appointment with. Now if I want to find how many sessions were scheduled for one particular trainer, now let's take an example. If I want to find for Suresh how many appointment this particular trainer have taken for this week, so in appointment with, I will select this particular trainer and I'll click on search. Now as you can see, this trainer have only 2 appointments for Wednesday and Thursday, which are both shown on your screen. Similarly, there is the last filter of status, wherein if you want to find all the cancelled appointment for the week, so in the status column you will click on cancel and you click on search. So it will show you all the appointments which were scheduled in this week but cancelled for some reason. So as you can see, it is still showing only 2 appointments, as only 2 appointments were cancelled this week. So we have covered all the uses of the central calendar which can be utilized on your daily purpose. If you have any queries regarding the central calendar or the appointment with your calendar, you can please post your queries on chat. Any queries regarding the central calendar or with any of the function which I have covered today, you can please post your queries on chat.